I'm going to show you 50 lines of Python code which solve it in 3 seconds using Dijkstra's algorithm. Let's dive in. We need to find the best way to get the crucible from the lava pool to the machine parts factory in a way that minimizes heat loss while choosing a route that doesn't require the crucible to go in a straight line for too long. We are given a map of expected heat loss for a crucible entering any particular city block. Each city block is marked by a single digit that represents the amount of heat loss if the crucible enters that block. The starting point, the lava pool, is the top left city block. The destination, the machine parts factory, is the bottom right city block. Because we already start in the top left block, we don't incur that block's heat loss unless you leave that block and then return to it. Because it is difficult to keep the top-heavy crucible going in a straight line for very long, it can move at most 3 blocks in a single direction before it must turn 90 degrees left or right. The crucible also can reverse direction. After entering each city block, it may only turn left, continue straight, or turn right. In the beginning, I define how the crucible moves and parse the heat loss map from the input file. Then I use Dijkstra's algorithm to find the shortest path in the weighted graph. The distance is in this case cumulative heat loss the crucible incurs on the way from the start. The distance has a direction dimension because the crucible can't reverse direction nor continue in the same direction for too long. I start by moving right and down from the starting position. While there is something in the priority queue, I remove the node from the queue. If the heat loss I incurred is bigger than my best solution so far, I go to the next node. Otherwise, I find positions where the crucible can turn and add them to the queue if it is a shorter path. In the end, I choose the shortest distance at the bottom right city block among all the directions I could have continued to. In the second part, the elves upgraded to Ultra Crucibles. Ultra Crucibles are even more difficult to steer than normal crucibles. Not only do they have trouble going in a straight line, but they also have trouble turning. Once an Ultra Crucible starts moving in a direction, it needs to move a minimum of 4 blocks in the direction before it can turn, or even before it can stop at the end. However, it will eventually start to get wobbly. An Ultra Crucible can move a maximum of 10 consecutive blocks without turning. Modifying the code for the second part is trivial. I just adjusted how far the crucible can travel before turning and disallowed turning too soon. We can also refactor the code to solve both parts at once. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. Thank you.